Hey everyone, good morning. It is YouTube live time and I'm very excited because today is the first day of open enrollment for the Mastermind strategy. And I suspect this YouTube live won't be very long, but I always say that and then end up being long. I do want to go over the program details, what it includes, and what do you use it for and all that stuff, because open enrollment is at this price is for a limited time. And I want to make sure people have the right information to know if it's right for them or not. And there's definitely some people it's not right for, okay? Not to exclude you, but I will be going over that as well, okay? So this YouTube Live is strictly about the Mastermind strategy. Now, Mastermind strategy came about for the first time last year. And of course, as you may know, enrollment has closed. There's been a lot of you who've asked throughout the year about it and have waited for this time. And so I'm excited to say, yes, it is finally open. I should probably have a link ready for you guys, right? I actually emailed it to you guys this morning. You can check your email, but I just put it in the comments. Hey, good morning. That is the link for the Mastermind strategy. You'll see that you could purchase it in the price in full, $349. And I'll explain to you what that includes in a second. Or a 6-month payment plan, which is really exciting because none of my courses include a 6-month payment plan. It's all 3 months, except this, okay? And so, very exciting. So what is the Mastermind strategy? Well, first of all, before I begin, I'm gonna take a sip and then let people roll on in because I don't want to have to repeat myself. I respect your time. I want to just let you know about the details of the program. The enrollment period will close at this price in about a week. I was going to do it only for a few days, but I was like, Dahlia, chill. People are busy. So I decided to do it until the 22nd, which is next week, which is 1 week from today. And so I have a lot to tell you, okay? So good morning, everyone. Say hey down below so I know you're here. And we can get started. Again, all the details I'm going to really talk about are in that link, but it may be helpful for you to hear it from me. So the Mastermind Strategy is exclusive coaching program, and it has 2 parts to it. The first part, which I recommend people start with, is the Mastering Your Goals course, okay? And I will essentially tell you what that is. It's broken down to several areas, but essentially that will help you goal plan. And I've mentioned it before. I mentioned it many times. It's something that I attribute to my success is that it's really important to goal plan. It's really important to understand what you're aiming to achieve and then breaking it down so you have guidance and a path and you're not overwhelmed. And, I find that many people get overwhelmed and don't know where to start or what to do when they don't have their goals or those goals broken down for them so they know what to do next, what to do next, what to do next. And so the Mastering Your Goals course is just that. First of all, it helps you go over your personal goals, your business goals. And then if you want, you could do financial goal planning, the section in the course for that. And if not, if you don't want to do that, I'd recommend at least having a financial goal for the year. Financial goal planning could help you break down your financial goal per month so you know what to achieve. If that seems too complicated for you, you don't have to do it, but it's really cool if you want to. And then there's a section in the course that has taken all the major goals that are in our types of businesses, which is e-commerce, and it has broken down for you all the things you have to do to accomplish those goals. So essentially, I have done all the work for you. So if you're out there saying, yep, I like that, I'm going to build my website this year or 2020, and I'm going to start Instagram, I'm going to do this, those major goals have been broken down for you. So you would know what to do every day until you accomplish that goal. Okay. So that's really exciting. And so and I think that's a really great part of the course, that it's all done for you, that piece. But the biggest value in that course, besides teaching you how to goal plan and do it correctly, etc., is utilizing the 3 group check-ins. And so you would, if you need to, utilize group check-ins to help you with my help, figure out if you've chosen the right goals, if you need to edit your goals, and then get your goals prioritized in order. I find that, not everyone, but I find that some people, they do have the right head on their shoulders. They do know what they have to work on, give or take. But the ones that do sometimes don't know in which order they have to accomplish it in, for a few reasons. One, we get overwhelmed, right? It's always like we have to do everything all at once. We get impatient. We know we have to do things, but we can't get it all done at once. And so prioritizing our goals or our strategies is really important to do. And if you don't prioritize the right ones first, it can really mess a lot of things up for you. So utilize these group check-ins to get personalized help from me to make sure that you have the right goals based on your financial goal and a few other things, and where you are in business, and help you prioritize it. Okay, so that's really cool. You start with the Mastering Your Goals course. And I've had this question asked before, I don't want to start in January doing my goals. Can I do it in March? I'm really busy, January, February. You could do it whenever you want. Okay, you could do goal planning whenever you want. A majority of the members do it in the beginning part of the year. Okay, but you could do it whenever you want, and you will get my help whenever you need. Okay, so that's the first part of the program. The second part is what you can engage with all year, which is the exclusive group coaching Facebook group. Okay, and hey everyone, so what that means is you join this Facebook group. Obviously, it's exclusive for Mastermind Strategy members. And there's a few things you get from this. One is you get approximately 12 group coaching sessions a year. And that is done via Facebook Live. And then you also get exclusive trainings done throughout the year, as well as previously done trainings that are already saved within the group. Now, I'll explain what those trainings are in a moment. I just want to kind of go over the basics, and then we'll dig deep into why people utilize the group and all this stuff, okay? And so you get the group coachings a year, you get the exclusive trainings, you get help when you need it. So right now, I wonder, what is on your mind for business, right? And so for me, I mentioned a few times, probably my Instagram stories only, that I've already reached my goals for the year. My strategies are already done. And so I'm kind of like, and I tend to finish them a little bit earlier because I'm super organized, and I broke down my strategies. I know exactly what to do, when to do it, etc. And so I'm left usually toward the last few months of the year figuring out, okay, what do I work on now? And so I'm going through that as we speak. And so some people do finish or they underplan or whatever. They finish their strategies early on and they wonder what to do next. And so you're able to go in the group and post when you need it and get exclusive help from me when you need it. Okay. And so it's essentially like all group coaching program, it's essentially like getting coaching sessions from me, but in a group setting. Okay. And you will get the personalized help you need for any type of challenge that you have. Okay. Now, one popular question somebody asked me was, how does this differ from the webinars you sell and the Facebook groups you provide for those? Well, it's very clear in my opinion, but I'll just say it. Webinars are exclusively to a certain scale. So if you join the Etsy SEO webinar in the group, that is only for Etsy SEO. Okay. We don't discuss anything besides Etsy SEO in that Facebook group. Okay. And neither does the course. The course is only about Etsy SEO. So if you're like, but I need more. And I found that when I created this group, this program, people needed more. People had the skill to do certain strategies because they bought some of my webinars, but they needed all the stuff in between. Okay. And so that's why I created the Mastermind strategy. And so that is the biggest way how it differs, because we talk about different things. Okay. In the Mastermind strategy, we don't talk about Etsy SEO strategies. That is in the Etsy SEO webinar as well as that private Facebook group. Okay. But we'll talk about everything else. And you'll see that in the Facebook group, there's a lot of talk about conversion rates, increasing average order value, how to handle certain customers. And that sounds weird, but I mean, there's always different situations that come up with returns or this and that. We ask for feedback regarding our photos. And so this really differs because you get a lot more help than you would in the regular handmade mastermind group. Okay. You'll get a lot more, and I'll just be transparent. You get a lot more of my help. Not that I ignore the handmade mastermind, but these members in the Mastermind strategy have paid exclusively for my coaching help. And that's how it differs. Okay. So, So that's in general what the mastermind strategy is. But let's talk about a few more details. And again, I'm really going to go off the questions I got over the last couple of weeks when I've been talking about the mastermind strategy. People were like, hey, what exclusive trainings do you offer in there? So just to kind of reiterate, when you join the mastermind strategy, you'll get access to exclusive trainings. These trainings are not available anywhere else. You can't purchase them like you purchase my webinars, okay? So they're only available to the mastermind strategy members, okay? So there's like a handful or so of trainings, maybe a little bit less, like a handful or something. So let me open the Facebook group and actually go through what those trainings are. And there'll be more in 2020, all right? And so the first thing I want to say is that this mastermind strategy group had the promoted listings training. It was the first training we ever did. I did it because when mastermind strategy opened up last year in October, so the year anniversary, I wanted my members to have the right promoted listing strategy before holiday season. Okay, great. It's helped many people. Obviously, just recently, Etsy has changed to Etsy ads. And so that is the one training that is no longer relevant. But these members in the mastermind strategy will be exclusively updated on Etsy ads, how to adjust it. I'm still working with Etsy ads, you know, so many of you have received Etsy ads at the same time I've received it, okay? I'm no wizard, so I obviously don't know how to adjust it and do whatever I need to do the day after I received it. So a lot of my members are very patient as I test things and adjust and do this. I have given an update to my members in the Mastermind Strategy Program of a few things that they want to consider when adjusting certain aspects of their Etsy ads, which have helped some members, which is great. But that's just one thing I want to mention, that exclusive training is not relevant, but will be updated, okay? So the first thing, exclusive training that's in there is, besides the promoted listings, which again will be updated, is how to improve your conversion rates. So just for the record, it was a 5-day training. Okay, so when you go in there, it's in there like 5 Facebook Lives. Okay, so we did it on Facebook Lives. There's also Cliff Notes. Every exclusive training has Cliff Notes. So essentially, if you already watched the training, but like I want to reference something back, you could go into the Cliff Notes and reference what you need to reference. Okay, very thorough notes. Okay. There's also Q&A on the last day, which is always very, very helpful to members, and case studies. Case studies have been a huge member favorite, which means after we learn what we learn, which I'll go over the rest of the exclusive trainings, people are able to see how it applies in real life. So I take live situations from members, right? So how to improve your conversion rates. We took member data from their shops, right? And they joined the live as well, the training, and we worked on improving their conversion rates. It was amazing, okay? So that's a 5-part series. You could always rewatch, reference back. It's amazing, okay? So that's one. The next one is something that you can use all year, okay? It's more popular to use when the year has ended, but many members have referenced this throughout the year because sometimes we have, you know, crazy difficult months going up and down. You know, it happens, right? We're not always going up until December hits, right? And then we start again, right? So it's called the Fix Your Shop Strategy Training. And so what that means is if you have experienced a decline of some sort, whether it be in revenue, which is the most popular reason to use it, revenue, sales, same thing, views, conversion rate, etc., you would utilize this training to help you identify the issue, okay? Because sometimes you're like, oh, I went down, but that isn't. So if you went down on revenue, it's sometimes usually a bigger reason why it happened. This training will help you identify what that reason is. Here's why it's important, because if you don't know that it's because of your conversion rate going down, that's why you decrease in revenue, then you don't know what to fix. So you first identify what the problem is. And then because you identify what the problem is with my training, then you're able to then come up with the action plan, okay, based on that reason. So if it's because your average order value went down, or if it's because of whatever, okay, the training has it listed out for you in every scenario. If XYZ happened, then you do XYZ. I mean, if ABC happened, you do XYZ, okay? Which is really cool. And like I said, you can use it throughout the year. And an example would be, let's just say, well, you know, a lot of people experiencing a little craziness because of Etsy ads. But assuming Etsy ads was not the problem, imagine people experiencing this chaoticness just recently, and they're like, I'm down to last year, October, and it's only half the month right now, but I'm down about, 40%. It's time to use this training. So you can use it for month to month. You could use it for the last 3 months compared to the last 3 months of last year, etc., to figure out what the problem is. And here's, first of all, if it's not clear, let me make it clear. It's important to find out what the problem is, because if you could course correct something, that would be ideal. Now, we've all learned, okay, that some things are out of our control. It's important to identify if it is out of your control or what is out of your control. This training will help you. And things that are out of your control, Etsy algorithm changes. There are some things you can do. I go over it in that training, but there's some things that are completely out of your control, right? If Etsy shuts you down, if whatever. And so it's important to understand what the reason for the drop is, and then come up with the action plan afterwards. Okay. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments here. Good morning, everyone. So that is another training that's only in the Mastermind strategy. Okay. And essentially what I did was I took the most popular reasons why people have coaching sessions with me, most popular reasons, and put it into these trainings. Okay. So there's also a quarterly check-in guide. And so this is optional. I mean, all the trainings are optional. You don't have to do them unless you're like, but quarterly check-in guide is something you would use quarterly to check in with your business. And so, here's the thing. I don't use it because I can easily see I'm kicking butt each quarter. Why? Because easily I can see my sales to last year are up 30, 40, 100%. And that's not always the case, right? But if I'm always trending super, super high, the reason for the quarterly check-in, guys, is to see how you're meeting to last year, how you're measuring up to your goals, revenue goals. And then if you need to course correct because you're doing it quarterly, then you're able to. So for example, the first quarterly check-in, right? You would begin, the first few months of the year, and you would notice, let's say, this is an example, you would notice that you're trying to work on XYZ strategy, but it's not getting you the results you want. You can then check in with the group and go, but hey, Dahlia, I did this. I want to do this. This is what my goal was, but it's not quite, working out to give me this much more sales like expected. What am I doing wrong? How do I course correct this, etc.? Here's why it's important, because many people tend to wait till the end of the year to realize that they're screwing themselves over by not making their goals, or not making enough money, or whatever. And that's problematic, because what I'm supposed to do for you when it's like November and you're like, help me. I'm like, nobody got time for help. Okay, it's November, right? And so it's important that if you feel like your business needs the help, you use the quarterly check-in guide, because that's another exclusive training. Okay. So the holiday planning prep. So holiday planning prep is, and then the second part of holiday planning, I can't speak, holiday planning prep. The second part is coming at the end of October, okay? Because I told my members that when I finish my own holiday planning, I will share it with them. So we did the part 1. That is a 2-day series. That's a 2-day training, okay? It's essentially what it says it's supposed to do, help you holiday prep, okay? You would probably only use this once a year, right, for the holidays. However, if you have 2 major revenue events within the year, this may be helpful as well. This is not strictly for Christmas. It's strictly for high revenue timeframes, in which usually my members tend to rely on this for Christmas time. Okay, so people usually use it in September, October time. The earlier the better. So then you could get all your ducks in a row. Okay. Whew, hold on, let me take a sip. And as I mentioned before, there are the group check-ins which relate to mastering your goals, okay? So those are the exclusive trainings. There will be more exclusive trainings coming in 2020, okay? Hey, Dahlia, what would you say is the percentage of Etsy stuff to general website business stuff in the Mastermind strategy? So it varies. So if you're talking about the exclusive trainings, that's in general, as you saw. There's, again, the update to the Etsy ads will be obviously exclusive for Etsy. But I would not say there's a percentage of either, because when we do so let me explain how it works. Imagine you join today, right? Imagine she joins today. She might say, oh, how much is their, percentage of website stuff to Etsy stuff? Just for the record, if you want a certain skill, if you're looking to work a certain strategy, a certain skill, a webinar is a better fit for you. Okay. This is, sorry, something's in my eye. This is coaching help. Okay. So essentially this is exact same idea as if you were to buy a coaching session from me, but it's not as costly. Okay. You pay for it once and you're in this group coaching. So imagine you're like, okay, I gotcha. You join, let's say the first Facebook live coaching session. Those coaching sessions will be led in the direction of the members. So if many questions, and so be it. But if you're like popping in, you're like, hey, I need a traffic plan for my website, then we lead in that direction. So to answer your question, it could vary depending on what the members want. Okay. The group coaching sessions are not about a particular topic that I decide. It's about what the members decide. So you pretty much come with your questions as if you would come with your questions during a coaching session with me, a private coaching session, a one-on-one. You lead the way, right? I don't decide what to talk about with you. You tell me what you want to talk about, and I then take the lead, right? So that's to answer that question. And of course, I'm a very big fan, to broadly answer a question, of diversifying. So we do talk about Etsy. We do talk about website. We talk about a variety of things, but again, it's all based on the members. So imagine you're like, okay, that sounds good. I don't want to wait for the monthly group coaching session. I'm going to post about something else, and so be it. And so there's a lot of people that have posted, obviously, in the last year, quite a few different things. I don't know the percentage from Etsy questions to general website business questions, but it is not particularly focused on just Etsy. It's focused on what you, the member, want, or what's going on in your business at that time. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Essentially, like I said, you utilize this program, this group, like a coaching. When you need help, imagine you're like chilling there today and you're like, man, I don't know if I should, launch my note card line, my thank you note card line before I do my return address label line. There's a lot of things that you need guidance on. Imagine for a second, you're like, imagine you had me on speed dial. Is that what it's called? Yeah, because we're best friends or we're sisters, right? What would you essentially ask me? That's what you utilize the group for. That's exactly what this program is. I start with the Mastering Your Goals course because I need members to be on a focused path. So they're not just like, doing whatever they want. I want them to be on a focused path that is my strategy, to make sure that they are working on the right goals in the right order, etc. You use the group in between as you wish when you need the help, if you need help. A lot of members are always looking at every post that comes with other members. You don't have to. You could only use it when you need it. But sometimes it could be helpful to check, when people post and you're like, oh, that's a good point. And, you're always learning from other people, right? So I hope I made that clear. So I mentioned, and if not, just, ask some follow-up questions. So again, there's a few reasons why this Mastermind Strategy exclusive program came about. One of the biggest reasons was that as I started to get busier and busier in my business, I literally don't have time to do as much one-on-one coaching as I used to. It used to be open a few times a year, then I moved it down to 2 times a year, and then I don't have it open one-on-one coachings except for my Mastermind Strategy members. And that's a really good point. If you're a Mastermind Strategy member, you get 2 cool bonuses. One is 50% off of my coachings anytime you want, except November and December, because I'm busy, right? Or I'm on vacation. And 20% off of all my courses. Okay, so anytime. So that's the reason why I created Mastermind Strategy, because I didn't have time to keep doing one-on-ones, and I felt like not I was missing out, like I wanted to continue helping you guys, but I just had no time. My business there was only so much of me, so much of my time, and so that became really challenging. And I was like, I still want to help guide people in the right direction with certain other things that are not covered in a webinar. You know what I'm saying? And so I found that creating this group was the next best thing to do it. So let me go over a few things that's on the link that I gave you guys. It's in the chat. After you take this course, so the first part of the program is you take the course, okay? Define that course. You'll finish it. You don't keep using the course throughout the year. It's a goal planning course. You plan your goals in the beginning part of the year whenever you want to, and you're done, okay? But at the end of the course, you will have chosen the right goals and strategies. Okay, it's important to have it, the right goals and strategies tailored to your business and your needs and your goals, okay? Because everybody's in a different part of their business, so it's important that your goals are right for you. You also get your goals personalized, personally approved by me, okay? Because unless you don't want to, unless you're like, I know I'm doing the right thing, that's fine. But if you need the help, you get them approved by me. There has been times, absolutely, where I've told people, no, this should be switched, or this should be this, and this, okay? It's in your best benefit. You'll also know which courses you need to implement certain strategies. So like I said, you get 20% off of all my courses, okay? And sometimes when you're like doing your goal planning and you realize, oh, I have to build my website and get Google SEO. Google SEO won't be taught in the Mastermind Strategy. You get the course for that. But because you are a Mastermind Strategy member, you get 20% off, okay? So you'll also get your goals personally approved by me and prioritized by me. This is really important, as it makes sense to prioritize your goals, because certain things should be worked on before others, and it's not because, oh, of course I would work on, you know, building a product line before I take photos for it. Like, yeah, there's something that obviously makes sense to do before others, but I'm talking about what strategically in business makes more sense, okay? And sometimes everybody's goal is to make money. So a lot of times I will tell people to work on certain things before others, just because it'll get the ball rolling. I mean, there's many different reasons. It just depends on people's particular situation. So you get them personally prioritized by me, okay? So you also get to know exactly what you have to accomplish each goal and strategy. Because like I mentioned in the Mastermind Strategy course, Mastering Your Goals course, there's a section where it literally has all the master goals broken down for you in the tasks you have to do to complete them. So you don't have to do all that work, okay? And you're not like running day to day wondering what to do next, okay? You'll also have a daily planning strategy that's effective and works for you. In the course, I go over daily planning strategies, okay, that help you get things done, okay? And then I also have a section for motivational and productivity hacks. It pretty much shows you how I'm always able to get things done. I share those hacks with you, okay? Now, make sure I'm not missing anything. Before I continue about more details about the program, there's certainly people that's not right for this, okay? Here's the thing. Anybody's welcome to purchase. But if you're like, no, I want to spend my money wisely, then listen up. If you have a history of not implementing things, if you have a history of complaining, not moving forward, if you've been stuck in your business, in the same position of your business for a couple of years, if you like the idea of certain things but have a hard time executing them, I mean, sometimes we have a hard time executing because we don't know what to do exactly. Don't worry about that. That we go over. But if you know what to do and you still don't do it, pretty much people that talk but no action, this group is not right for you, because we're all about action. We're all about moving forward. Again, you could join regardless and just want to be part of our group. But if you're here to benefit from this, it is not right for you if you kind of expect after you join, things will kind of happen for you. There's no magic wand here, okay? If you thought that, no, everybody knows that if you have my courses, you know the deal. These are strategies we work on. And, you know, you need to, and if you want it to work for you, you have to be engaged. You have to ask questions. You have to be part of the coachings. You have to, you know, there's some members that ask questions very often. That's absolutely fine. That's actually encouraged because they need the guidance. If you don't need the guidance as much, it's fine. You could post a lot less, or you could get involved a lot less. But it's not right for you if you kind of wish things were to happen without doing the work. Now, nobody admits to that. Like, that doesn't logically make sense. But if you could go back and look at your last year and see where you started January and where you are now, what you physically worked on, you know, to help improve your business. If you don't see much on that plate, this is not right for you until you get and maybe this group will inspire you to. Okay, I'm not going to hate on that. That's possible, but this group won't work for you unless you work. Okay, that's simple, right? So, because I want this group to be people I take under my wing. It's essentially what it is, and you know, certainly you could go in and then disappear for a little bit if things happen in your business, if you're super busy, if whatever, but it's not going to really work if you don't work, okay? Or if you don't follow the path or whatever. So what's happening in the exclusive